what are you seeing in the market right now?
I'm seeing it definitely pick up. Definitely pick up. I think the lenders are positive that there's going to be some kind of price adjustment on the mortgage interest rates.
Right.
And I don't know if just that little bit of news out there maybe makes buyers get off the fence, but all of a sudden, like, we have buyers, and we haven't seen that in a long time.
Right.
That's what I'm personally seeing.
Welcome to another episode of Discover St. Cloud, Florida. I'm Kristin Macari, and I'm here with your host,
Jeanine Corcoran, broker for Corcoran Connect, a real estate company.
It is time for the monthly market report for February.
Yep, we're a little behind, but that's okay.
That's okay. Busy month this month. Everybody had spring break. That was really nice. Traveling and doing all that kind of stuff. It felt nice and easy to get around places. Did you notice that?
Well, I didn't really do anything during spring break. I don't have any young children anymore.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was good time. But kids are going back to school, and so here is your February market report for St. Cloud. So you want to kick us off with 34769?
Yep, 34769. We had a total of 15 homes that sold, and of the 15, of course, 12 were single stories at $235.91 price per square foot, and then we had three two-stories at $196.56 price per square foot.
And so that brings your average out to $228.04, which month over month is up about 3.8%, but it's actually down 3.7% from the year prior. Oh, okay. So you have a little bit of a, kind of evening out there. There was one little outlier property, I feel like. Actually, there were two that sold that were up there in price. But anyway, but that's your averages for the month and year over year. And then your median days to contract was 28. So it took about a month to go under contract and then 2 months to close. So that's still a decent time frame. It's not like crazy there. But at the current rate of absorption, you're looking at a 7.3 month supply with what the active homes that we have on the market. So
that's gone up. That just means that we have more homes on the market.
Right. More homes on the market, less that are, being sold. So your rate of absorption is a little higher. So
a little high.
Yep. All right. So then 34771.
34771. We had a total of 56 homes that sold, and of that, there were 27 single stories at $249.79 price per square foot, and there were 29 two stories at $202.76 price per square foot.
So you're looking at an average of $225.44, and that's pretty much steady month over month. So over January, it's like a 0.67% increase, but that's pretty, average. And year over year, it's up about 3%. From the previous March. Yeah. You're looking at a median days to contract. This is an important number for this zip code. It's going to be about 57 days to go under contract. So 2 months. And
don't forget that we also have a lot of new builds there. That's not in this report at all.
Right. Because they're not their days on market never wash out properly. And then you're looking at about 99 days to close.
Oh, wow.
So a little over 3 months to get that house closed with 353 active properties on the market and only 56 sold this month. You're looking at about a 6.3 month supply of anything that's listed in the MLS. So that doesn't fully include all of the builder's inventory.
Right. So that's gone up too then.
That has. Yep.
Wow. Okay, then we go to 34772, and this is out by the Manor. We had 44 houses that sold. Of that, 33 of them were single stories at $231.67 price per square foot, and we had 11 two stories at $185.39 price per square foot.
So you're looking at an average of $220.10 price per square foot. Your month over month averages are up about 3.4%. From January of 2025, and year over year, you're hanging pretty steady at about 1% gain. It's taking about 74 days to go under contract, so 2.5 months, and 103 days to get closed. So that's 3.5 months right there. So definitely things to plan for if you plan to list your house in 34772. Currently, there's 254 active homes on the market, again, of what's listed, not including if there's any new construction. You're looking at a 5.8 month supply.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's month supply is going up.
It is. It's starting to I feel like it's evening out, right? Like we've transitioned out of a seller's market, right? You would say. And this is what experts typically call a healthy market, right?
Right. That's what they say.
All right, so 34773.
So 34773, we only had 22 that sold, and of that, 16 of them were single stories at $221.49 price per square foot, and we have 5 that were at $168.82.
And so at a 208.95 average for your price per square foot, you're looking at a month over month increase of about 3.5%. And then year over year, you're up about 0.65%. Your median days to contract is 62 days, so just over 2 months. And median days to close is 84. So you're looking at like 2 months to go under contract, 3 months to get closed in all of 34773.
Oh, wow.
And now your current month supply, there's 112 active properties listed in the MLS, and you're looking at about a 5.1 month supply.
Wow. So let me go ahead and at this point, let's talk about the community of Harmony, since this is where we live. Shout out to the folks in Harmony. So we only had 4 sales this in the month of February.
That's crazy.
And don't forget, there's plenty of new builds getting sold around us, right?
Right. And I will say, so far, I think when we get to March's report, it'll be
a little bit better.
Yeah, because there are quite a few that I noticed went under contract and have closed. So anyway.
So in Harmony, Maine, the resales, we only had 3 resales. Of that, 1 single story at 218.02 and 2 2-stories at 156.15. And then we had a custom home that sold, and that is a single story at 217.98 price per square foot.
Wow. That's amazing.
And then let's go on to Harmony West. Harmony West, we had 3 townhomes that sold at 220.32 price per square foot. And then of the other sales in Harmony West, we had 9 homes that sold. 8 were single story at 225.21 and 1 2-story at 172.62. Then you go over to Harmony Central, which is east of Harmony, Maine, and we only had 4 that sold.
That's crazy. Not a lot moving right now.
Not at all.
No, just kind of sitting steady right now. But again, it feels like, I don't know for you, but it feels like, because I get those reports when things go under contract and stuff in Harmony, and I feel like I've seen more come in this month than previous months, right? So it does seem like it's, that may have just been a slow February for us. So let's take a look at the vacant land and see what kind of sold vacant land wise. Not too much going on. What do we have?
No, we only had 9 properties that sold. All of them sold for cash.
Yep.
There weren't really any outliers, do you think?
No. I don't see anything super large. I mean, the largest is 4.3 acres. That's not really enough to build a subdivision in. So,
and that was on Henry J.
Yeah.
And what did that one sell for?
That
155.
Yep, 155. Yeah, so like, it's not a crazy big, parcel or anything. So nothing outstanding.
No,
you know what I mean? Nothing
all
crazy that happened in vacant land.
No, and they're all cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's not bad at all.
No. So what do you think? Throwing a little curveball at you, what do you think is going on in terms of, like, what are you seeing in the market right now in terms of buyers, sellers, like what is the overall feeling you're getting from the market? So
right now, as we're recording this, we are in the 3rd week of March.
Mm-hmm.
So we're a little behind again. Apologies. I'm seeing it definitely pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely pick up. I think the lenders are positive that there's going to be some kind of price adjustment on the mortgage interest rates.
Right.
And I don't know if just that little bit of news out there maybe makes buyers get off the fence, but all of a sudden, like, we have buyers, and we haven't seen that in a long time.
Right.
That's what I'm personally seeing, so I can't speak for everyone in the market, but what about you?
I think for me, I feel like it's people are fatigued without waiting the interest rates.
That's a good word.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, okay, at this point, it is what it is. It's been this way for a couple years now. Like, our family dynamics have changed. I want to live in a different school district. I want to live in a bigger house. I have more kids now. We need more bedrooms. Like, they're just like, 3% interest rate is amazing, but
right. It's not going to keep you married to your house forever.
Right. And I think
at some point you have to.
I think you're starting to see some of that fatigue there in terms of, like,
enough is enough.
Enough is enough. It is what it is. Let's figure out how to make it work. Let's buy what we need to buy so that our quality of life is better. And I think that's kind of what I feel like I'm seeing. I feel like I'm seeing people that are just like, all right, I'm making the move. I'm going to a different neighborhood. I'm going, whatever the case may be. Whether it's upsizing, downsizing, different states.
And they've just settled with the rate is what the rate is.
Right.
And then also I'm noticing that the lenders that are talking to our buyers, at least, they're letting them know, listen, giving them choices of, credits and things like that, and just saying, give it less than a year and you're going to be at a low rate refinance. So that may have gotten a lot of people off the fence. And I think that's actually good. If you're a buyer out there, don't wait, because as soon as you wait to when those rates get low enough, and then when I say low enough, I'm talking in the 5s. That's it.
Right.
Not going lower than that.
Right.
And then everyone's going to come out buying.
Right. Yeah.
We're going to have a frenzy again, and the house prices go up.
Right, because there's been so many people that have sat on the sidelines now.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a first-time buyer. And I know that's a really, really tricky place to be in right now, because you do have to have pretty good amount of cash coming in, and your payments are going to be higher than like what you anticipated paying for that kind of house. But if you can get in at this price point, I do think that should the rates lower, there's pent up demand. I feel like people are just kind of like waiting, hoping that things will change in their favor. So it'll be interesting to see what happens through the rest of the year.
Yeah, and I think Barbara made a reel or something about that, saying buyers don't wait because that's what will happen.
Right.
As soon as it goes down, then there's a frenzy again.
Right.
So if you are a buyer and you're not working with a realtor, give us a call. But if you are a buyer and have a realtor, give them a call because you should probably start looking now.
Right. And now's a great time too with the inventory up.
Yeah.
Sellers are more willing to help with concessions and,
Absolutely.
commissions and all sorts of things they're willing to, negotiate with. So there are some deals to be had too.
Absolutely.
So anyway, so don't wait if you are interested in, purchasing a home. Now's a great time to do it because you won't be fighting over everybody else. But anyway, so thanks so much for joining us for this month's market report. Don't forget, you can find us on all of your favorite podcast platforms. You can also check us out online.
Yep. You can go on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of the above.
Any of the places you'll find us and find snippets of this. And thanks so much for joining us. You can, if you have comments or questions, go ahead and send us an email at discoverstcloud@gmail.com, or you can give us a call at 1-844-St. Cloud. That's STCLOUD, or just give us a call at 407-953-9118. Thanks so much for joining. We'll see you in the next episode.